There's a lot happening around this team right now, and honestly, it feels like we're getting closer to finding out what the future is really going to look like. Some big decisions have already been made, others are still coming, and there's no shortage of opinions about whether this organization is finally moving in the right direction. Today, we're breaking it all down, looking at what these recent developments could mean and why so many fans are feeling a mix of excitement and cautious optimism. Before we jump in, do me a favor. Smash that like button if you bleed brown and orange, and let me know you're part of the dog pound by commenting, "Here we go, Brownies," down below. The Cleveland Browns are moving into a new chapter, and one of the biggest voices connected to the organization believes the team is finally heading in the right direction. Deion Sanders made it clear that he supports the vision general manager Andrew Berry has for the franchise, choosing not to question the decisions being made behind the scenes, because he understands there are countless factors fans never get to see. Instead, he expressed confidence in the direction Cleveland has chosen and said he is excited to watch everything unfold. That vote of confidence carries extra weight considering how closely Deion has followed the Browns' quarterback situation and the development of his son, Shedeur Sanders. When discussing Shedeur's performance, Deion admitted he would have liked to see better results, but he also reminded everyone that football is never about one player. A quarterback depends on the offensive line, receivers, running game, coaching staff, and overall system to succeed. According to him, expecting one player to overcome every weakness around him simply is not realistic. That perspective matches what many Browns fans witnessed throughout last season, when the offense consistently struggled to provide the support any young quarterback would need to thrive. The problems surrounding the offense were impossible to ignore. The offensive line had one of its toughest seasons. The receiving core failed to create consistent production, and the entire offensive structure struggled to generate rhythm. Those issues forced the quarterback into difficult situations week after week, making every drive feel like an uphill battle. Instead of operating within a balanced offense, Cleveland often found itself asking its quarterback to create something out of nothing. Recognizing those shortcomings, the Browns spent the offseason attacking the areas that hurt them the most. The front office focused heavily on upgrading the offensive line while also bringing in additional receiving talent to give the passing game more explosiveness. The organization clearly understood that improving the supporting cast had to become the priority before expecting significant growth from the quarterback position. The additions made across the offense reflect that philosophy. New offensive linemen were brought in to strengthen protection and improve the running game, while young receivers were added to provide more playmaking ability after the catch-and-stretch opposing defenses. The goal is straightforward. Create an offense where the quarterback no longer has to carry every possession by himself. Just as important as the personnel changes was the coaching change. The Browns moved on from Kevin Stefanski and brought in Todd Monken, whose offensive philosophy is viewed as a much stronger fit for quarterbacks capable of creating outside structure. Instead of relying primarily on a traditional pro-style system, Monken's offense is expected to feature more shotgun formations, more spread concepts, and greater freedom for playmakers to attack defenses. Those concepts closely resemble the environment where Shedeur Sanders experienced success earlier in his career. The expectation now is that Cleveland has finally built an offense designed to help its quarterback, instead of forcing him to constantly overcome disadvantages. Of course, every off-season move still has to prove itself once the regular season begins. Draft picks must develop, free agent additions have to perform, and the offensive line must translate potential into production. On paper, however, the Browns appear far better positioned than they were a year ago. One of the biggest debates among Browns fans remains the quarterback position itself. Many supporters believe Shedeur Sanders should eventually take control of the offense, arguing that giving valuable snaps to a young quarterback with long-term potential makes more sense than looking backward. Others point out that the organization is still financially committed to Deshaun Watson, making the situation more complicated than simply handing the job to the rookie. Regardless of where fans stand, there is little disagreement that the environment around whoever starts at quarterback is significantly improved compared to last season. Even Deion Sanders' comments reinforce that belief. His focus was never on placing blame on one player, but on emphasizing how important it is for the entire organization to function together. If Cleveland's off-season investments pay off, the Browns may finally have the supporting cast capable of helping their quarterback reach another level. With all these changes taking place, do you believe the Browns have finally built the right foundation for Shedeur Sanders to succeed? Or do you think there are still major questions that must be answered before Cleveland can truly compete? The optimism surrounding the Browns is not based solely on potential, but also on the belief that this roster finally has a chance to grow together. A stronger offensive line should create more time in the pocket, while an improved running game can force defenses to respect every aspect of the offense instead of focusing entirely on stopping the passing attack. If those pieces come together, the quarterback position immediately becomes much easier to manage. Training camp will ultimately determine how quickly everything falls into place. Every practice, every preseason snap, and every decision made by the coaching staff will shape the future of this team. Todd Monken has made it clear that competition will matter, and whichever quarterback proves he can execute the offense consistently will earn the opportunity to lead the Browns. That creates an environment where performance, not reputation, becomes the deciding factor. For Shedeur Sanders, this represents the biggest opportunity of his young career. He has already shown flashes of impressive accuracy, confidence under pressure, and the ability to make difficult throws. At the same time, there are areas that still require improvement, including getting the ball out faster and avoiding unnecessary risks when extending plays. Those are normal adjustments for a developing quarterback, and the Browns believe they can help him take that next step. The encouraging part for Cleveland fans is that the organization finally appears committed to building around its quarterback instead of expecting one player to solve every offensive problem alone. That approach gives the entire team a better chance to compete, regardless of who ultimately wins the starting job. Now everything shifts from off-season expectations to results on the field. The talent has been added, the coaching staff has been reshaped, and the competition is about to begin. Browns fans won't have to wait much longer to find out whether this new direction can finally deliver the consistent success the franchise has been searching for. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and click the video on your screen for more Browns news and analysis. The latest Cleveland Browns updates will always be waiting for you right here.